I mean, so how well did you do?
It was slow just to begin with, and then slowly three or four one of my other close friends of mine stopped by and they buy my artwork.
Nice, man. What are you working on now? Are you working on anything? Because you sent me a pretty cool link the other day. What about some cool werewolf stuff, man?
We'll get that sooner sooner in the future. Give me hold on just
Take
one
your
second.
time, Steeler. Take your
Okay,
time. Take your time.
okay, because I have a friend of mine sent me a Facebook messages. Some other the business at 10 for the moment.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
sure.
okay, now, okay, right now I'm working on a new drawing of Vampirella.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. How long has that taken you?
It'll take some time.
Oh, really? So, all right. So it's a long one, huh?
Yeah, it's not 15 or half hour. Nope, it's take it like Captain Howley from the Exodus always says a long time ago. In five.
So how was it? Who was at this comic book fair? Was anyone special over there or what?
One of my good friend of mine hooked me up. It is a good event. It's an underground. It's an underground event.
Uh-huh.
I've never been that place before, but they do got some good old school classic comic books.
Oh, really? So,
Yeah.
Hey, Boondocking, how you doing? This is a friend of the channel. This is Dwayne Steeler. He's an artist. He's a friendly guy. Can you
I
see?
don't.
Oh, here. Hold on.
Okay. I
There you
don't.
go. Yeah, there you go. I showed the comment on the main screen, Dwayne.
Okay. Okay. That's good. 'Cause
Yeah.
we need. Okay. But this we
Yeah,
need
yeah, 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 yeah.
good intelligence, good intelligence believers. Just want to
Absolutely.
make sure we keep it we keep it cool.
Yeah. So tell me, who were there any guests? He's actually he's a sketch artist actually, and yeah, he's saying yeah he's a sketch artist. He's actually sketching right now. So were there any like big names at this convention? You know?
No, no, it's an underground. It's an underground comic event. So we got some underground artists who did some drawings and some other stuff. There's there's some like five artists. Uh,
Hmm.
that came, and we got some comic book dealers as well. They got some good old school classic comic books. But I did buy some four comic books. One I buy the graphic novel. Three I buy two old school classic comics, and one some underground comic book I never seen before. But I did. But I got it for free for a friend of mine because he's also an artist
Nice.
too.
That's awesome, man. All right, so hey, can you show our boondocking with Boomer something that you've done? I think he wants to see what you've been doing.
Okay, you want to see the current I'm working on right now?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because there was nobody watching us when you showed me, but now we have two people in here.
Okay, okay. I have the latest brand new artwork I finished the past couple of days ago. So I'm gonna show
Yeah,
it to
let's
you
see
right
it.
now.
Yeah, that's the one you sent to me. That's the Sinister Six, isn't it?
No, no, the villains. The villains. We'll just use the one of Spider-Man's Rose Gallery villains. One of those top greatest villains of
Yeah,
all
the
time.
Sinister Six. It's the
No, no,
famous
no,
Sinister
no,
Six.
no, no, not the
Really?
Sinister. No, not the Sinister Six, not the original.
Huh.
I'm using a reference of the Spider-Man's Rose Gallery top villains. One of Spider-Man's greatest villains of all time. Top villains
Wow.
like the Kingpin, who was the final boss. You got Venom. You got Doctor Octopus. You got one of the top villains of all time, the Green Goblin, Mysterio, and the Lizard.
Nice. Hey, Dwayne, here's a question for you. Favorite comic artist, past or present? From
What?
Professor Macabro from Mexico. He's from
Well,
Mexico.
Professor Makazo, how you doing? That's a good
Yeah,
question. I said,
yeah.
holy shit. I mean, I hate to say this, but there is some top, one of the greatest comic book artists and cartoonists in the past. I'm gonna say the first one I grew up and I start drawing because only one man because I grew up watching Looney Tunes when I was little. I'm a big huge still a big huge Looney Tunes fan, and I'm talking about the late great Chuck Jones. Chuck Jones
Oh,
was
Chuck Jones. Yeah.
he was my inspiration. Inspiration. He's one of my true heroes. God rest his soul. He's one of the old time greats, a legend in his own right. He was my first top one. And there's another artist that every artist wants to be like Bob Ross. What a nice guy he was. Yeah, the late great Bob Ross.
No, okay. So, what about like any of Jack Kirby's
Yeah,
stuff?
I'm
Did
about
you
I'm
like
about
into
to
them?
bring it up. Yes, I'm about to bring it
Oh,
up.
please,
Jack,
please.
yes, Jack Kirby, the king. He was the king. He was the father of the Marvel characters. One of the old time, one of the legends on right. You gotta love his drawing style, his stuff. He was pure 24/7 comic artist of all time. I love Jack Kirby. That's a main artist. I was inspired by the time I was young and teenager. Let's see. Let's see, Tom McFarlane, the man who created Spawn, one of great artists of all time. J. Scott Campbell,
Hmm.
love his drawing. He draws some female sexy women's. I mean, very realistic. When he did the comic book like Danger Girl, I got the hardcover one. Let's see, Micah Turner, got a heavy metal god versus soul. Micah Turner, I love his drawing style. I love his drawing style. I was inspired him, and it's very sad he passed away like many years ago, way too young, way too young.
Hmm.
But I got the hardcover book of the best of Micah Turner. I do have it. Jim Lee, yes, I love Jim Lee, and those of you who read Jim Lee's comic book like Man and some other stuff. I got Jim Lee is one of the greatest artists of all time. But I met Jim Lee back in 2002 at the I think it's a comic book convention. I met him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Well, Preston Blair. Someone mentioned Preston Blair.
Preston Blair. Who? I'm
Preston Blair.
no, I
I
never
don't
heard.
know who Preston. No, I'm not familiar with. Now, all right. So let me ask you this: Macabro is a big Batman fan, and you got a chance to meet Kevin Conroy, which I don't think Professor Macabro ever met Kevin Conroy. Can you tell us about your moment meeting Kevin?
Yes, I met Kevin Conroy back in International Comic Convention back in November 2002. He was my childhood hero. I bring one of my sketch drawing and I did for him. He signed for me. He's one of the most nicest guy ever, and he's one of my childhood heroes. When I watched the Batman the animated series, his voice was amazing. He will always and ever will be Batman in my generation. And I understand we got some comic fans who grew up in the Adam West era or the Michael Keaton era.
Sure.
But to me, I grew up in the Michael Keaton era and Kevin Conroy era for Batman animated series. I
Yeah.
wasn't grew up as at the Adam West era, but when I was a kid, I did watch the 1960s Batman, the Adam West era. I was watching
Same here.
on Channel 11 because the one of the box one of top box office Batman was coming out very soon. So that was the time I was watching Adam West Batman before my aunt take me to the movie theater at King Plaza was a movie theater in King Plaza. And as I remember, when my aunt took me there, I was we were watching together Tim Burton's Batman. It was more dark than I never seen.
Wow. You
Yeah,
watched that in theaters? You watched that in the theater?
yeah, yes. At the time it was came out, and it
Damn,
was
that's awesome.
it was a box office, and the fans loved the Tim Burton's Batman because they want to see Batman's dark, edgy, like they never see before, like they never read the first comic book before, because when the first comic book came
Yeah.
out in 1939, it was very darker. It was very darker, but it was get too scary. So DC decided to make Batman more kid friendly, and that's the
Yeah,
right.
with Joel Schumacher. Yeah.
That's right, right.
Yeah,
That's right.
and then Val Kilmer.
I'm not into the kid friendly stuff. That's not my style.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think that stuff is kind of boring, actually. And it doesn't, and the old Tim Burton Batman movies, they actually age very well. But when you watch Batman and Robin, which is, I think, Macabro's favorite one, it doesn't age very well. It doesn't age at all. Yeah,
No,
so I
no,
completely agree with you.
yeah, no, it wasn't.
So, okay, so this person asked, like Andy Kubert and Kelly Jones as well.
Oh,
Have you ever?
heard his name. Yeah, I heard his name. Andy Kilbrough. Yes, I heard his name. I see one of his drawings, one of his artwork on a website during the past.
All right. So did it stuck with you? Like, did it stick with you? Did you enjoy it?
I check one of his stuff on the internet. I checked some stuff on the internet. I haven't checked his stuff at the time. I think I still have on my list. Maybe in the future I'll check it out more than him. So I'll be checking out more comic book artists, and there's some top some artist painter. They did a lot of good fantasy artwork, like heavy metal fantasy artwork,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like Frank. I couldn't pronounce his last name. I'm sorry. And Boris, Ben Steeler. I couldn't pronounce his last name as well. Because I know these two legendary, two famous fantasy artists at all time. And we
Wow.
yeah, and we have and there's another cartoonist artist I really inspire. Rob Bosky is one of my favorite. I love Rob Bosky.
Okay, so here, check this out. Dwayne, check out his work on Batman versus Predator. That's Andy Kubert's best work, in my opinion.
I see the comic book. I be seeing the comic book. They did the crossover back in the 90s.
Now, wow, what a crazy crossover that must have been.
It
Batman versus Predator.
yes. Yes, I don't have that comic book, but I know I be seeing that. I be seeing that in the some pictures in the past. They did the
Actually,
crossover.
but if you think about it, Dwayne, that crossover kind of makes sense because Batman is smart with cool gadgets, so him hunting a predator in Gotham City kind of makes sense to me. Since Dwayne, I don't care what anybody says, but I really enjoy Predator 2. I really enjoy that movie. I love that it was in the city in Los Angeles. Danny Glover killed it, and I like the Predator in the city. It was kind of nice. I mean, of course, he belongs in a jungle, but I really like the Predator in the city. I don't know. I really enjoyed
It's
it.
it's a sequel right after 10 years later. So
Yeah,
there's a different predator. There's a different predator in a different species.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But see, I really liked. I don't know. I really like Predator 2. I really liked
Me
it
too.
because the first one's 86, and then so the second one takes place in 1997. So yeah, 10 years after the first one.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. I love the first one better. I really love the first one.
Oh, the first one's the best, and Macabro agrees too. Macabro has some pretty cool Predator toys, but I agree. The first movie is the best of the series, but I really enjoyed the second one. So him fighting Batman makes perfect sense, in my
It
opinion.
it does, yes, it does, but it does, and we see so many crossover on not only the Predator but the Alien. We see, but if you watch Predator 2, there is some cameo Easter eggs with the alien skull that is
Mhm.
the same universe that the Predator hunted the Xenomorphs by that time before
Ab- yeah.
before they did the crossover horror and sci-fi action film of Alien versus Predator. I like the Alien vs Predator better than the sequel. The sequel was garbage. I did not like the
Oh
sequel.
yeah.
The
Oh
sequel,
yeah. Okay. Are you talking about Requiem? You're talking about
yeah,
Alien versus Predator
yeah,
Requiem?
it's
Yeah.
corrected. I do not like it at all. That sequel sucked. The
It was
sequel,
dark. It was but I did like, but I will say this though, I did like it that they weren't pulling any punches. Like watching a kid die and watching a pregnant woman die. Like it was disgusting, but they did not hold
it's not.
back,
It's not.
man.
It's not. It's not that. It's not that. I really love the. I really love the gore, but it's something that it does not belong. I do not like it at all. I really hated it. Is the
Yeah.
bully? The bully scenes. I
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
hated it. It does not belong in that story. Why the hell you want to focus? What the bully see, but the guy is searching for a girl, then and the girl has some five other punks was friends to her, in wrong place at the wrong time. I said this is garbage. This is
No, no.
pathetic
Yeah.
garbage. It does not belong in that story. This is totally pathetic and disgusting. And I totally hated it. It's supposed to be the focus with the xenomorph and the predator.
Oh
Why you
yeah.
want to
No.
why you want to focus with the well, why you want to focus with the humans all the time? I mean, screw the humans.
I completely agree. I completely agree, Steeler. And all right, so Professor Macabre says yes, you would love that Batman versus Predator, James. It's in the City Hunter version, and it's going up against mob bosses, cops, and Batman. Sounds badass to me. And see, that would have, I don't know. I just Alien versus Predator Requiem could have been better. And I like the idea of the
Could be better.
Alien, but you're right. Kill half of those humans off. Don't change the story around. Make it more different. Make the Predator land his spaceship in a bar mitzvah or something, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I just yeah. I will never watch that sequel ever again.
Oh yeah,
That
and
sequel,
it's so dark you can't see anything. It's garbage. I agree with you. It's garbage. Macabro, your thoughts on Requiem? So, all right, now what are you working on right now, Dwayne? I mean, well, you're
I'm
still
still
working. Now we have three people watching us now.
yeah. I'm still working on the drawing of Vampirella.
Okay, Vampirella. Okay, which is fantastic. Vampirella is really good. And
Yeah.
all right, so what
I'll,
have
I'll,
you? All right,
I'm sorry. Repeat
here's
again.
my here's my number one. Here's my other question. What have you been watching lately? I know you are always watching classic horror films these days. What have you been watching?
Oh, let's see what I was watching these days. Let's see what I was watching. Oh yes, I was watching something on Tubi TV. Oh, hold on a second.
Go ahead. All
Okay.
right.
Oh,
You
okay.
gotta clear the throat, man.
I don't want to choke myself, so I had to take my time. Okay, yesterday
Sure.
I was watching on Tubi TV. I was watching a low budget action film called Guns of Edge.
Guns of Edge. Who stars in that? Never
Yeah,
heard of
yeah.
that.
I have a friend. I have a friend of mine. She's an actress, and we work together. We work together at another a low budget film called The Secret of Cat Island, and
Yeah.
she was a co-star, and she was
Oh.
really amazing. She's a major actress. So the last time I saw her at Brooklyn Grease Point, we were showing the world premiere of The Secret of Cat Island. She was talking about her latest film she almost finished called the Guns of Edge.
Hmm.
So I watched the trailer, said, that's an action film. So I'm gonna get a chance to check it out. So I finally get a chance to check it out and watch it on Tubi TV, and Tubi TV got some good stuff. They got some
I
good
know.
and they got some good horror movies.
You need to watch my friend's horror movie on Tubi TV. You need to watch it because I'm going to interview him again. And his monster movie just came out on Tuesday.
So there is.
Yeah. What's up? My friend who's a director from Thailand directed this movie called The Maid. It's on Tubi. You need to watch that movie, Steeler. You need to watch that movie. He is a
When
personal
I
friend of mine, and it's fantastic.
when I'm good and ready, but not right now. Not right now. I have to be patient. There's no rush for me. I will get a chance to watch it when I am good and ready. not today, not right now, but later in the future when I'm good and ready. And nobody can tell me you gotta watch it right now. I say no. I watch it when I'm ready. Don't force. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. Don't force anyone to tell you what to watch. If people's not
Mhm.
if people is not ready to watch it, and now they can't watch it right now. They're doing something else. Let them be. Let them be. Do not be forced or drag it around. It doesn't work that way. That's being childish, and I don't like that at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But when you get around to it, let me know.
Yeah, yes, I'll keep it posted in the future.
Yeah, well, the lake was really good, actually. It was pretty good, but the American version sucked. The Thailand version was much better, Professor Macabro. But yeah, the lake is available now. You can buy it on all platforms, but I prefer the Thai version over the American version. Now,
Oh,
Dwayne, we have five
there
people.
is,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off. There is a different version.
My friend's movie got released on Tuesday from Dread Central. And so the American version cut 10 minutes of his ending out. So when I bought it, I didn't understand some of the key points of the movie. So what I did was I found the alternate version from Thailand, and I understood the story a little bit better. So yeah, because I got that guy from Thailand. He's a friend of the Friendly Men's, actually. And so his second movie just came out, and he's doing another. I believe it's going to be an action movie from Thailand. He's killing it, man. He's killing it over there.
Oh,
So yeah, so yeah,
okay. But you know, I like the uncut and unrated version. Because I don't like they cut the scene because it was too graphic. It was too
here's about that. Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead, George A. Romero. I actually prefer the Dario Argento cut over the uncut version.
yeah, and I did watch it on YouTube. Yeah, they do have a 2 hour
Yeah,
scene of Dawn of
then
the Dead. Dawn of the Dead. I have the DVD, but I do not have the
the Dario
extension.
cut.
Yeah, I don't. I know. I do not have the extension special edition. I do not have. I
Hmm.
don't have that. But I do have the original on DVD. But
Yeah.
but I could watch it on YouTube with the Dio Gento's 2 hour. Um,
It's under 2 hours. I think it's an hour and 55. It's the shortest version, actually, but the uncut's like 2 hours and 35 minutes or something. And it's okay, but I prefer the Dario cut because it flows faster.
yeah.
I mean, but there's some director's cut that are better, and then some that kind of like, you could have taken this out. And that's the only thing that comes to mind when it comes to director's cut that go a little too much.
Hmm.
you know. But yeah, I agree with you. But I do love Dawn of the Dead. But my second favorite is the theatrical cut of Dawn of the Dead, and then the uncut version. I like all three. But I just prefer the Dario Argento cut of Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, we love Dio Argento. We
Of
really do.
course,
I love Dio Argento's film.
classic Dario.
That's right. He is the international master of horror. He did some a lot of great darker gothic horror and some gothic slasher film during
Sure
his
did.
time. And a collaboration and a collaboration with the ballad I couldn't write his last name. He did collaborate with other film with a film director from Demons and Demons 2.
Yeah, yeah. Lamberto Bava.
Yeah,
Lamberto Bava.
Obama. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Demons and Demons 2. It's a real
Yeah, man. Yeah, but okay. Out of the two, which one do you prefer the most? I love Demons one more than two, but two's fun though. Two's got some
It
moments,
was
man. But
fun. Yes, it was fun. But it was fun. But you know something? I think the first one was the best. The first one is a real cult classic, and I love Demons One, but I still love Demons Two. The rest of the
mhm.
sequel had nothing to do with the first and the second sequel. Part three, part four had nothing to do with it. I just ignored um part 3 and 4. It has
Three
nothing to
and
do.
four, they weren't even Demons movies. They just Americanized and put the American name as Demons
Yeah,
3, but they were
yeah.
completely different.
I do not care less, and I just ignore it. Just do not care.
Steeler, question. As an
Yes.
artist, what horror movie do you think is beautiful to look at?
There is something wicked, something beautiful, something really taken to the old school retro 80s into the next level. Bring that into 2023. You know what? There is there is something beautiful.
You know
We
what?
need
I
we need more.
take
Wait a minute. You don't want to miss that one. We need more violence, graphic violence, more blood, more guts, more
more stab.
skin, lust stab, yes, nudity, sex, erotic. You got to have it all, and body flying. You got to have more blood and guts, boobs, sex, and erotic.
Mhm.
You need it, and especially slashers, monsters, creatures, mutation, transformation. We need that stuff. No CGI. It is
Practical.
overrated and is unacceptable. That crap is fake. We need the real deal. We need the special effects makeup artists. Bring that vision from the 80s to the 21st century to 2023 to the future beyond and show them what real true horror movies is all about and focus. We need to focus on characters. A little bit of humans, but of the creatures, the monsters, the slashers, the vampires, the werewolves, the xenomorphs, the aliens, the theme for another world. We need the goblins. We won't forget the demons, the she devils. We need to focus on these characters.
Yeah. Now,
Right.
yeah, okay, but here's this question though. Which horror movies are beautiful to look at? And the only thing that comes to my mind is the original Suspiria because of the colors and you know what I
Yeah,
mean? The colors and everything else is pretty interesting.
yeah, the original Suspiria is well one of my favorites. It's a gothic horror movie. A
And the
gothic.
remake is not so bad either. The remake is pretty good.
I just ignore it. I just stay away from the remakes.
Yeah, okay,
But
so yeah.
but the recent remakes back in the 80s was so gory. It was so hardcore. You got John Carpenter's The Thing, one of my favorite, and the Blob. Yes, the Blob.
Blob is really cool, but it's not as beautiful to look at as like Suspiria or some even Phenomenon. The stuff from Italy is pretty cool, but you know, The Shining is a very nice movie to look at. Sure,
Oh yes.
you,
Oh
you know
yeah.
what?
It's a great horror. It's a great ghost horror movie. It
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you know,
What about some
but
of
you know,
Stephen King stuff?
yeah. I did mention Stephen King. The movie is based on Stephen King, and Stephen King hated that movie. He hated it.
I know, but he preferred the TV series over the Stanley Kubrick one.
But for all due respect, I think I like the Jack Nicholson to The Shining, where he
Me
goes,
too. Me
he
too.
is shiny, make it more crazy, more creepy, more, a little bit of wisecracks.
Yeah, and you know, okay, so Dwayne, here, your guess is on point. Great answers, Dwayne Steeler. That's what Professor Macabro said.
Gracias, amigo. Gracias.
Gracias, amigo. Yeah. Okay. Now, what about this though? Okay, The Maid. By the way, The Maid from once again, I'm plugging my friend's movie, but it is a beautiful film to look at. My friend is really good with colors. I think Jesse watched it, but in the opening scene of my friend's film, there's an aerial shot of a car approaching a home, and the grass is bright green, and the chair that she's sitting on is bright red, and she's wearing a white dress, and just the colors look so great on camera. So, but that is a beautiful film. But I do like The Shining as a beautiful film. The Thing, I wouldn't classify The Thing as a beautiful film. You know what? Some
No,
of the early John Carpenter stuff could be considered. Mm, I don't know, man. The map, Escape from New York. It's not a horror movie, but the map
no.
paintings in the background are beautiful of New York City.
Yeah, yes, yes. The Escape from New York. I had the DVD. It's a very cool
Yeah,
flick.
and that was worked on by James Cameron. I believe he did some of the map
Yes,
paintings to that.
that's right. The man who directed the Terminator.
Yeah. Okay, Guillermo del Toro, definitely. I like the visuals in any Guillermo del Toro friend. Yeah.
I heard his
So,
name. I heard his name. He's a great film director. He's a great film.
hey, here we go. Mr. Dan Pham. Hello, friend of men. If Valerie in her week of wonders is horror, then that's a beautiful movie. I gotta check that out. Where can Dwayne and I watch this movie? Oh, by the way, everybody, Dwayne, we actually have 6 people watching us. Everyone, this is Dwayne
Six,
Steeler. Yeah,
16
about
or
6 people.
16.
Six.
Oh,
Yeah,
6. Oh, 60.
yeah.
Okay.
But it can become 16 depending on people are waking up. But everyone, this is Dwayne Steeler. He's been a friend of the Friendlyman for about 2 years since we first started. He's one of our earlier guests from Hull. Yeah, man, it's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's rocking
Ice
my man?
Lord. Ice Lord from Indiana. He's a great horror guest, and he has his own horror YouTube channel show that he goes and talks to his buddy from. Yeah, it's awesome. No,
Oh,
Vice Ice.
awesome.
Yeah, so Ice Lord, Wes. His name is Wes. Wes, what are some beautiful horror movies that you like to look at? Dwayne and I both agree. Suspiria. There's another Argent. That's actually really. I'm still thinking about that question, Macabre. Okay. Hey, Wes, miss you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. All right, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Not sure. The trailer on YouTube gives you an idea what it's all about. You have it, Wes. Okay, so Wes, do you know this movie called Week of Wonders? Okay, Week of Wonders.
Week of Wonder. I never heard of it.
Me neither. But Mr. Dan says there's a trailer that can be seen on YouTube, believe it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it is a new. I never heard of it. Is this a new film?
I believe so, Mr. Dan. Is it a new film? Can you write in the chat for Dwayne and I? And
Let me let me
we
go,
would
let me go let me go check it out. Let me go check it out
go ahead.
on YouTube
If
right now.
Valerie had her Week of Wonders horror, okay, Week of Wonders.
Okay, Week of Wonder.
Dwayne, I think I could even share it on the screen too. Wes, man, I miss you, buddy. I miss you very much, man.
Okay, it's a week.
Yeah,
Wonder.
like during the week, like 5 days a week, that sort of stuff.
I don't.
Not
Hmm,
week like as in
I don't
physical
think.
week.
I don't think it's not. I don't think it's not in this. It
Oh, the
maybe.
70s. The 70s. Oh, that's
What is
Dwayne's
that?
favorite era.
Okay. Oh,
That's Dwayne's favorite horror movie era is the 70s. You know what? I still need to see the monster flick, The Prophecy, right? Isn't it called The Prophecy with like the monster on the cover and the egg?
the
Okay.
prophecy. The
I
prophecy.
think
That
it's
that
Wes,
makes
is it? Hold
that
on,
makes
hold on. Let's
familiar. If I see the cover, the prophecy.
all right,
That
let's see if
makes it sound familiar. Maybe
yeah, let's
see it, but I'm not probably sure. Then that
let's
makes
ask let's ask Wes if he wants to come live with us, and then Wes can tell us about this movie.
yeah,
I send the
yeah,
link in the
yeah.
chat.
That's great. That's great. I would like to meet him in person, face to face.
Yeah. Prophecy is a great monster movie. I do need to see that movie. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. That name sounds familiar. Is that the killer bear?
No, I believe that one's just called Bear, I believe.
Because
Or
that
no,
sounds familiar. That really sounds
Grizzly.
the grizzly. Okay, okay. If it's grizzly, then it's gotta be the same name. Then it does have a different name in the same movie. Because I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. So Dwayne, House of Thaddeus, my friend Jesse Bennett sent he's gonna send both of us the link to that movie. It's on YouTube. He wants us to check it out. I
yeah.
think he
Yeah,
that
oh,
movie is also a beautiful film to look at too.
okay.
Yeah, no, Dwayne, you are right. Grizzly. It's that 70s bear slasher movie that was made after Jaws.
I knew something. It sound familiar because I think I seen this a long time ago. I think this is way better than Cocaine Bear. I think it's way better
Oh,
than.
who cares about Cocaine Bear? Okay, it's a mutant bear.
You see that? You see that's the point. See, that's the point. That is way better than the other movie called Cocaine Bear.
Yeah. And the Cocaine Bear was just exaggerated into a funny movie. The real bear probably died within minutes after taking the real cocaine. That's true, but they made it into an exaggerated story. I still haven't seen it, but I'm curious about it. So,
I'm not gonna waste my money to go see Cocaine Bear. I just do not want to see it. I don't want to waste it. If people gonna force me to watch it, I say go. I say go away. Go watch whatever you want. Do not drag me into it. I want no part of it. I
yeah.
like I like
So,
I like
hey,
what I like. That's it. If they don't like it, if they don't respect my thing, then I'm gonna ask them to get the hell out. I don't
sure.
hang out. Yeah, because I don't want to hang out with. I don't want to hang out with these geeks forcing people to I say you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. It's a good movie. Please, you gotta watch it. I said shit. I said get the fuck out of here. I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need those type of people like that. If they
Hey,
if I say no, it means no. Okay, here's joining in
Wes
now.
is here. Wes
Good
is here. Hello,
evening,
Wes.
gentlemen. Nice to
Hello,
meet
How
you.
you
Wes.
doing?
How you doing, James? How you doing,
I'm
Dwayne?
doing
I'm doing
I'm doing
good.
great.
How you been?
I'm all
Missy
right.
Wes, we haven't been streaming with us for a long time. I'm glad I caught you.
Yeah, me too, man. There was like an accident. My dad fell and he's in the hospital right now. I'm waiting to go and visit him, and it's just been kind of slow for me on YouTube. So, but
Understandable.
I'm sorry. I'm
I,
sorry.
Take care of what you want to take care of. Yeah. So hey, Wes, that's my friend Dwayne. He does stuff for Trauma too, and his favorite era of horror is 70s and 80s. So
that's cool. Mine too.
Yes.
yeah. All right,
Yeah, the
go
one
ahead,
question.
Dwayne.
Yeah, one question about the movie called the Prophecy. Cause I see that name sound familiar. I'd be seeing that movie a long time ago, and I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's the same movie, but it does have a different name. Prophecy, aka Grizzly. Yeah. So that's the same movie I saw a long time ago. So I was thinking to myself, that sound familiar because I seen this a long time ago.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think this horror film, this movie is kind of way better than Cocaine Bear.
I would say so. I haven't seen Cocaine Bear, but I'm going to take your word for it. I've seen Prophecy. At least it's been a while, but I'd probably say it's better than Cocaine Bear. I was
Yeah,
asking
No,
whether I could see
I
it.
saw I saw the trailers. I saw the trailers, and then why I want to waste my money and go see a movie called Cocaine Bear? I mean,
Right?
I just don't get that. Why I want to see it for?
Yeah.
so hey,
It's not for me. If people wanted, if one of my friends want to go see it, that's business. I can't force them. That's none of my business. They want to go see it, let it go and see it, let it enjoy. If they like it, if they don't like it, that's that's their choice. That's their choice.
Exactly. Yeah.
no,
I got enough from the trailer. I don't need to.
no, Wes, can you tell us about this? I'm so sorry to cut you off, Wes, but Dwayne and I want to learn about her Weeks of Wonders from the 70s. What?
It's a
Go ahead.
weird movie. I don't know if like Dan was saying, I don't know if it's like a horror movie or not, but like Valerie, it's been a while since I got it on Criterion here.
Dwayne, look, there it is. Dwayne, there's the movie. Can you show it to Dwayne? It's called Valerie, Dwayne.
Trying to
Valerie,
get centered.
it's from back in the 70s.
Yeah, made
It
in
is a 70s movie.
1970. Actually, it's a Czech film. It says here's the synopsis. A girl on the verge of womanhood finds herself in a sensual fantasy land of vampires, witchcraft, and other threats in this eerie mystical movie daydream. Uh, Valerie and her Week of Wonders serves as an endlessly looping, non-linear fairy tale. Basically, I think she's being pursued by this like I don't know if it's like a centaur or some sort of like a beast dude, and he's trying to get her hand in marriage. I think It's been a while since I've seen it. This movie is insane.
Wow.
So
So,
now, Wes, here's it because now, Dwayne, if you look at Wes's background, he's got a lot of cool physical media horror films.
I
Wes,
know. I know. I see it. I see it. Sorry to cut you up because there is some top worst horror film in the 70s. I did saw the trailer when I went to my friend's house many years ago, and I tell you something. The man who directed that film back in 1976, I'm gonna say that film director should never ever.
what was the name of the movie?
Oh, holy shit! I had to bring this
How
up.
did he tell us this and not know the name of the movie?
I'll tell you because that makes me lose my appetite. And
Okay.
it was the most worst, disgusting horror film that he ever made. And I'll tell you the truth. What movie I was talking about? The movie called. Oh, God, I hate it. I hate this.
happens to me a lot.
Hold on. Here we go. It's called The Worm Eaters.
Ooh,
The Worm Eaters, really?
I've never heard of that one.
I gotta tell you
Me
something.
neither.
If you type out on YouTube and watch the trailers, I gotta tell you right now, you're gonna lose your damn lunch because I will. Years ago, when I went to my best friend's house at the Bronx, and I was watching the trailers on Netflix. I mean, it was, and I was watching that trailer. I was kind of disgusted. I was about to lose my lunch, and my friend just laughed my ass off. He laughed my ass off like I have a weak stuff. I said, "Wait, I thought you liked some gory stuff. I still love gory stuff, but not like this. Not like this."
Right? It reminds me of that, like centipede horror. Is it similar to that? Like,
Okay, you got actors was eating worms, like they turn into like a psychotic media eating worms, killing people. It's like, lunch. I'm sorry, but I just made me lost my lunch. I said that is the most. That is my. He said not only I hate remakes films, but I'm gonna say that that movie called The Worm Eaters, was one of the most worst and the most disgusting movie I've ever seen.
damn,
And I hated this.
it sounds bad, man.
It is.
I
It
know.
is really, really bad.
I might have to check it out though. For I don't know why, but like,
If you,
it sounds like kind of the
if
experience.
you check it out, I gotta tell you something right now. Do not eat any food if you're watching that. It gives you nightmares. I was never ever gonna watch that garbage ever again.
Duly noted.
Forced me to buy. Someone forced me to give me that DVD for free. You know I'm gonna do that. You know I'm gonna do with that. I'm gonna burn it. I hated that movie. Never watched that garbage again. Ever. Hated
Yeah. So hey, hold on. All right, Dwayne, I have a question for Wes. Okay, so Macabro asked us earlier, what are some horror movies that are beautiful to look at? And the only thing that came to my mind was Suspiria and probably a few other ones. But in your opinion, what answers can you give us?
Well, I like that answer. I mean, a lot of Dario Argento movies are just beautiful to look at. I'm a big fan of Fright Night. I just the
Fright
movie-
Night.
I got it. Hold on for just 1 second. I want to show you something. Hold on.
Dwayne, Wes, your voice kind of cut out at the end. Can you repeat what you said after Fright Night?
I just like the way that one looks. I'm sorry, this phone is terrible for audio. I was realizing that was the problem the other night. Is that any better?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's much better. But your audio just cut out because I think Dwayne was saying something. So go ahead about Fright Night.
Oh, I just love the way that movie looks. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, wow.
No, I actually didn't. No, Wes, I actually really did enjoy Fright Night Part 2, actually. It has its moments.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when it first came out, I was like, I wanted to see it in the theaters. That's awesome, dude. Wherever.
Yeah, it's
What?
by an artist.
Oh, did you do that yourself, man?
I did the reference of the reference character, vampire Amy Pearson for the original Fright Night. I just make it more sexy, more dark. Just make it like a sexy vampire.
That's amazing.
And
Oh,
Dwayne, you should send that to Tom Holland because the director from Friday Night's friends with me on LinkedIn and Facebook, and he's easy to connect with. You should.
oh,
yeah, yeah, I'll keep in mind. I'll keep in mind when I finish it. I'll get a chance to get in touch and contact with Tom Holland. And I know Tom Holland is the director of the original Fright Night, and he did a fantastic job. And
Yes.
I really love the original, and the soundtrack. The soundtrack is
oh
really
yeah.
Yeah.
totally 80s.
Yep. That's part for me. I
All
love
right.
the soundtrack. The sequel ain't too bad either. I mean, it's
No.
not really well revered, but it was hard to find a copy of that, though. I gotta say, the second one.
And directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. You know.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Who?
The part two. Yeah, I saw Fright Night Part 2 since back in 1989, and my parents were used to rent that. Yes, the sequel went straight to videos. It went straight to video, not the movie theaters.
Yeah. I couldn't find it for the longest time on DVD. I had to resort to eBay to find it eventually, but I got it. And I kept getting I don't know. I was coming to me, but it wasn't the right milk. It wasn't the right film. I don't know
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh my
Not
God.
right film? What happened?
Yeah. They're sending me stuff I don't know. It was let me see if I can find the copy, but it was like some crazy release from Germany or something, and it was. Let me see if I can find it. It was insane.
Uh-huh.
This is gonna look
Oh yeah,
crazy.
show us, please. Oh, looks German.
Yeah.
It does have a Germany art cover.
Yeah. It's like it's the right cover, I guess. It's just I don't know.
It's a right cover. It has a different German name in that film. So I think that is the right movie.
Yeah, it might be. I just don't know if it's Region A or what, but yeah, it's the right movie. It's got Regine, the long lost relative of Jerry Dandridge, and the new girlfriend and Charlie and all that. It's just I wasn't sure what to do with it. I just kept it.
Yeah, and Brian Thompson really ate that bug in the scene too. He really ate that bug. So speaking of worm eaters,
that. Very creepy.
Brian Thompson, yeah.
That was very
and
creepy.
Also, yeah. And you know what I mean? And here's the thing though, too, which is kind of cool, is I really like the werewolf too in Fright Night too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same actor. That's the same actor from another horror comedy movie called The Monster Squad.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a few movies in the 80s. Kind of.
Brian Thompson's in everything.
Yes, he is. He is.
Love the Monster Squad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other
exactly.
horror movies. A lot of the early Japanese stuff is pretty beautiful. I mean, when it comes down to it, like House or Hausu.
Yeah, I still never saw a house movie, but okay. Now now Wesley, thank you so much for opening up my mind. I didn't realize it, but yeah, Fright Night is a beautiful movie to look at. Dark, sexy, mysterious. What about speaking of the 80s, the first House movie? Oh, I wouldn't say it's beautiful. The American House movie.
Sure. Well, I used to love watching that. It was you get it from the video rental store, bring it home. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know. I didn't see the flaws. Like I was kind of young, but I thought it freaked me out.
Dude, House is still awesome. And my wife actually has on DVD a European version of House 3 that was never released as House 3 in I believe in Europe. It's called something else, but
A horror show, right?
and it's not even a house movie. It's the same story as Shocker. But they had to
Yeah,
call
I
it
know you're
House
talking
3
about
because it's the
the
same
horror
story.
show.
Yeah.
The horror show. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a
Yeah.
It's a different continuity, but it's called the horror show, aka House 3. I don't know why they keep using that name, the sequel called House 3. Okay, this is not the sequel. This is a different continuity. They should change the name to the horror show.
Yeah.
No, they did. Here's the thing, Dwayne. I read though that they did change it into the horror show in America, but in Europe it's called House 3. That's why my wife's CVD is called House 3, because I did research on it and I'm like, what is this, man? And I did research and it said, oh, that's why, because I live in Turkey, so my wife got the European edition of the horror show House 3 with Dwayne's favorite actor of all time, Lance Henriksen.
Yep.
I never say Lance Henriksen is my favorite top actor, but he's a legend. He's a legend in his own right.
Yeah.
Oh, who doesn't like Lance Henriksen, man? I
love Lance Henriksen. I love Lance Henriksen. He is a true legend in his own right.
Yeah.
It's a tremendous, very talented actor.
Love him.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know what? Wes, I kind of want to see an alternate universe to see what it would be like with Lance Henriksen as the actual Terminator, their original choice. Was going to be the Terminator.
No kidding?
That's what I heard, yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
Yeah, it would. I like that guy. He's in all kinds of great stuff. He was all over the place.
Hey, Dwayne, here's an answer. Professor Macabro, the old black and white Universal monster movies are beautiful too. I love seeing those sets in the spooky atmosphere. Great choice.
There is some black and white Universal monster is beautiful. I'm gonna say the Wolfman is one of my favorites.
That's actually probably my favorite is Wolfman. My second favorite would probably have to go to either it's a mix between the Invisible Man or the Mummy. And honestly, my least favorite, you're not going to believe this, and I'm sorry, it's going to be sacrilegious what I'm about to say, but I got really bored with Dracula. It's the first half is exciting, but then like the second half, he's just chilling at the person's house that he's supposed to kill, like hanging out, like it's a friend over. He's like, hey, Drac, how you doing? This is my friend Van Helsing. Oh, hello. You cannot see me. And it's like, he's hanging out, dude. He's going to operas. He's just chilling. And you're like, Nosferatu is much better. It's a much better vampire movie, in my opinion. I love Nosferatu.
I like that one too.
Me too. I saw Nosferatu movie. I saw it. It's a really golden age cult classic.
Even the remake with what's his face directed it, the German guy. His remake is actually pretty good too.
All I know is that
Werner Herzog.
There you go.
Werner Herzog, the 70s director. Yeah. See, awesome movie. And I like it so much better than the Bela Lugosi Dracula movie. I really do.
Sure.
I still love Bela Lugosi. I have so much lot of respect for him. I still love Bela Lugosi.
Dwayne, he was the first one who wore the cape, and like we wouldn't have Batman or any of those awesome heroes wearing capes if it wasn't for Bela.
Yeah.
Or Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee, yeah. All right, so also King Kong. Yeah, dude, King Kong, the original, was probably my favorite King Kong.
Yes.
Still is in 1933.
Yes, I remember. I saw the original a long time ago. A real solid gold.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, Wes, I have a question for you. What is the most rarest DVD that you own that's hard to find?
Ooh.
I got mine. Hold on. I got one. Hold on.
All right.
Go Go ahead. I'll wait for you, Wes. Go ahead.
Tough question, man.
That's a good question. One of the most hardest horror film you be we searching for over than 4 decades. You know something? That's a good question
Right?
because when I was a kid, when I was a little boy, my
Mhm.
mom, my dad, or my aunt, or my uncle, we used to go to the mom and pop store, very close, two blocks from my apartment, very close. And when I get in, it terrified me, but it makes me blood. It makes me blood. My blood go boring. That I'm falling in love with these horror art covers,
Sure.
and it's so very scary. And you know what? I love it. I love it. There is some horror films. I finally got it for the first time
Okay.
since
Yeah, but
since
I'm
the decade. There is a horror, a slasher horror comedy film that we used to. Wait a minute, let me hold that thought. Is that?
Okay.
Well, is him?
What's up?
yeah. No,
Hey,
Dwayne.
What's going on, Dwayne?
Dwayne, I showed this on Instagram, but this is out of print, and it's been out of print for decades. Is the Ultimate Dawn of the Dead cut
Oh,
oh,
with
yeah,
all
that's what we
four
talked about.
versions?
that's
This thing is like
Damn.
I saw this thing. It's like $150. I bought it when it came out, and this is
shit.
where I have my Dario cut right here, man.
Damn it,
You know?
$150.
That's
Man,
awesome.
Yeah,
man, I gotta.
Yeah.
Man,
And it's
I
out
gotta
of
see
print.
more money to get that.
that's the only. And you know what? I sold a lot of my DVDs over the years, and I'm like, this one, I'm keeping it. Sure enough, it's the rarest one I have. Is this version?
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
So yeah, all right. So hey, all right. I have a lot of independent produced movies. Most of those are hard to find since they come directly from the maker. So yeah, so
Good
we
question.
have Jonas. Jonas West is back, dude. We haven't seen him in a
I
long
know.
time.
What's
I've
up,
been saying
Jordan?
that. I'm like, man, I'm always missing Wes. Every stream I'm in, he's not here, and whenever I can't make it, he's there.
I've just been hanging out, man. I don't know, but I'm glad to be here for you guys. I just happened into the stream. I saw you guys, James and Dwayne hanging out. I was like, James invited me up. I'm like, what the fuck? Why not? Hey, good to be here.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Jonas. Dwayne's here, man. You miss Dwayne, don't you?
Yeah, of course, man. I'm always missing Dwayne.
Hey, I
Whenever-
miss you. Hey, I miss you too. I was about to tell Wes. There was a horror movie. Well, what my parents used to rent it back in 1987. It's called Killer Party.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think isn't that out on one of the boutique labels now? Is out Scream Factory or something? I know which one you're talking about. It has a great cover though. That's a great
Yeah.
thing about the 80s.
Yeah.
There's a cover.
Yes, yes, and I haven't seen that for over than 25 years until I discovered and found it on YouTube. And when I was checking on YouTube, and holy shit, I remember this one. I found it. It was on YouTube. I saw the whole movie on YouTube, but I want to get the DVD. It would be very difficult to find it, but it was very hard to find. But I used to go to Kim video stores in East Village in Manhattan, and I was searching some indie horror films. But here's a big surprise that I found it.
Oh yeah.
I found it. Killer
The VHS?
Party on DVD.
Oh, okay. Even better.
I found it. It's been over then.
Show us, Dwayne. Show us.
Yeah, sure. Sure. You keep talking. I'll be right back. Just
All right.
Let me
So,
go run a
hey,
bathroom and go search DVD. I'll be right
do
back.
it. I'd love to see it. Now, Wes, can you? What I want to know because you have a wonderful collection. What is like the rarest one?
Well, I
If
would
you had to
say,
choose.
if I had to choose, I don't know if it's the rarest, but if I had to like get a bunch of money in a short period of time, I'll see if I can find it real fast here. It's
Take
not
your
the
time,
most
bud.
popular. It's not the most popular thing in the world, but and you're probably gonna laugh at what it is. It's this this box set of Lucifer Valentine movies.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not the most popular dude in the world. I got to admit, he's kind of been in some trouble lately. But if I can
They all
find
get in trouble once in a while.
right,
My holy grail is finding a copy of the movie of Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter. It's not a great movie, but it left an impression on me when I saw it way back on TV.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. I know Jonas owns one of the Return of the Living Deads on DVD.
Ooh, I've only got that on. I think it's I don't have it on DVD, but it's like a reprint, like a Blu-ray. But this is probably the most valuable one. The Vomit Gore trilogy. It's out of print now, and it's basically the 3 Lucifer Valentine Vomit Gore movies. It was released on and it's kind of expensive to find elsewhere. Let's see if I can get this up. Show you guys the inside.
Yeah, would you recommend it? Because I've never seen a Vomit Gore film.
Oh, it's probably, dude, I don't know. It's hard to recommend these movies because they're out there. And
yeah, I gotta send you that Turkish guy's movie called The Housewife, man. I sent it to Jonas, and it's hard to watch.
Well, that's
beautiful movie, but
movies are, man, really hard to watch. It's a very niche market. Basically,
absolutely.
The dude has a bit of a fetish for. Gosh, he calls himself. What does he call it? Calls himself an emetophile.
Oh.
So basically, he gets off on girls vomiting.
Nice.
It's so hard to watch, man.
I'm sold, man. I'm absolutely
That's hilarious.
They're releasing them, I believe, on Black Lava Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, on Unearthed. They're re-releasing them all, and this set can go from anywhere from. Oh, let me look on eBay because it really depends. I've seen them up for anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. That particular, you'd have to look it up. Right. I don't know if I got eBay on this phone, and this phone is a piece of crap. But
I can look it up for you, Wes. Don't worry about it. Let me look it up for you. Let me do the job for you.
I'm sorry, man, but like,
Don't be sorry, dude. The Vomit Gore trilogy. All right, let me look it up. So, Jonas, how you been, man? Haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah,
pretty good. I got some
Sean,
really shitty sleep.
Sean, what did you say your name was last night?
Sean Cotton.
Sean Cotton, yeah.
Yeah, that's the host name, Sean Cotton, the Sean Cotton Show. But anyways, no, I got some really shitty sleep last night. I was asleep and I woke up at like 5 a.m. to some really loud fucking bang happen in the house, and it made me like snap awake, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I get up and I like, walked around and shit, and I'm like looking around the whole place. The dog is just sound asleep, like, so if she's not tripping, I guess I'm tripping. I don't know. So I'm like, well, all right, I guess I'm back to bed. So I went back to bed and I couldn't fall asleep. So then I didn't fall asleep till like 6:30 in the morning. So when I was up this morning at like 11, I went to the bathroom. Turns out that loud noise I heard was actually my soap holder that was on the wall. It fell and hit the tub real hard.
Ooh,
so that's what caused that. That was a loud noise.
Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't something dangerous or something like that. Something breaking, glass shattering or something.
Yeah. Or the collector entering my house.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Wes, that movie is $450 on Amazon.
Wow.
The trilogy set that you just showed. Yeah, so it's a pretty pricey item right there, man.
Yeah, man. It's out of print, I know. And I've seen it go for that even more on eBay. I don't know. I don't want to sell it though, just because I don't know. I just want to sell it. I got it a long time ago. Didn't really think that it was going to go out of print, and it just turns out it saved me from having to buy the rest of the movies all in one. So kind of helped.
Damn it, dude! I'm upset now, man. This thing is worth $40. It's not even compared to 500.
You might be surprised. It's probably worth more. Because I know Dawn of the Dead goes for like upwards of $80, $100. I mean, and especially that rare an edition like you've got, probably worth more than $40, man.
Yeah. So you know what's funny is when you're talking about that movie, the Vomit Gore trilogy. Yeah, it's kind of a niche crowd, man. A guy who gets off.
Oh boy! And the trouble recently. Apparently he's not that square a dude. Like, I don't know.
Well, here's a fun. All right. So on one of your recent streams, Wes, you were talking about the Serbian movie. So back in 2018, I had a lesson, an English class at my institution that I was working at. Had this 18-year-old girl come in wearing a Kiss t-shirt, right? Like kind of like dark makeup stuff, maybe Jonas's age. And I asked her, I'm like, what's your favorite movie? This girl is 18, remind you. And she goes, a Serbian movie. And I'm like, that's your favorite movie? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, look, and there's like a classroom full of students, dude. And I'm like, we cannot talk about that movie in this classroom, but I have seen it. And oh my God, you're a crazy young girl. And then she's telling me, Wes, she goes, but you have to admit, it was made really well. The shots are really well. And I'm like, oh, you mean the scene where he's having sex with his own son was shot really well? Like, wow.
Yeah, that's her favorite
Spoiler
part.
alert.
I saw it. I saw it.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
That's a rough film to watch.
Okay, James. James, I was just searching something, but I want to show you something. The same movie I had, but I had the different special edition without the extensions.
That's so cool though.
Yeah, the original Dawn of the Dead, but this is a special edition. But it doesn't have the 2 hours movies. So there are some scenes that did cut. It did cut, and I didn't like it. But I still keep it. But what I'm going to watch in the future, I'll watch it on YouTube because I think YouTube is kind of better.
That's a theatrical. That's a theatrical cut, right?
Yeah. Let me show you.
That's still, Dwayne, that's still a good one though. The theatrical cut's still pretty good. I mean, all three versions of Dawn of the Dead's really good.
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
And so so now what's the other one you want to show us, Dwayne?
Yeah. Give me like a minute.
Take your time. Wes and I got it. So yeah, Wes, what seriously, it was the weirdest story I've ever had in a classroom before in my life. And then not only that, I have like conservative people in the classroom, you know. So I'm like, she's just totally just said like Serbian movie, and then she's trying to tell me the technical aspects for the reason why it's a good movie.
That's a tough one, man. Like, what do you even say? Like, she had to have just been trying to like floor everybody. Like, oh yeah, you want to know what my favorite movie is? Here you go, boom. You know, because
yeah. Go ahead.
Well, at every aspect, that's a.
Yeah, and the thing is, I watched that with my wife. And it was just one-time watching. I looked at my wife, and we're like, we'll never watch this ever again. We'll just sweep it under the rug, you know? Like, yeah, but I will say, go ahead.
No, it tries to push every boundary, you know, and I suppose the director says there's a underlying theme, but it's questionable. It just seems like it's kind of
yeah, and I agree. It was just, you know what I mean? It was just one of those things where like, because, you know, when I do these lessons, I have to ask them questions like to get them to speak English. So I like, what movies do you like? What are your hobbies? What are your this? And then this girl's just like straight up, like she's wearing a Kiss t-shirt, which is really rare in Turkey. It's because Kiss isn't really popular here. Neither is Danzig either. Danzig's not popular here. Metallica, Slayer are popular, but not those groups. So I'm like, hey, what's your name? She's like, my name is Esra. I'm like, all right, Esra, welcome to the classroom. What's your favorite movie? I'm like, nice shirt, by the way. I love Love Gun. It's a great song. And she's just like the Serbian movie. I'm like, oh, and I looked at her and I'm like, I'm so sorry we cannot even talk about that movie, but I'll talk to you after class about that movie. So I took her to outside in the cafeteria, in the local cafeteria, and I just sat her down and I'm just like, why?
She wanted to keep you on your toes, I guess, man.
She sure did.
Man, I'm amazed that she was able to get a copy of it. Like, I thought it was banned in so many countries.
Okay.
Here's the thing. It's so easy to find because in Turkey, everyone downloads everything, man. It's hard to find anything in Turkey, so you have to torrent stuff. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Okay, check out my first short film for Trauma. This is my first film I write and director, Paul Blustab.
You can find that on Trauma Now, right?
Yes, you could definitely find it on Trauma Now.
Show me the disc. I want to see the disc of your movie, Dwayne.
Sure, of course.
So Trauma put that out? That's a Trauma release, right?
Yes, that's right.
So let's see the disc. Oh.
Oh, man.
I thought it would be like a cool artwork or something.
I wish, I wish.
Okay, so what is the back cover? Can you show us the back?
Yes, of course. We have some extra scene. We have some other extra scene short films.
Cool. All right, so what else do you have for us? Yeah, that's Dwayne's movie, by the way. He's a writer and a film director, and that's his first short movie.
Holy crap!
Yes, it's called it's called Blustab. You could check it out on watch.trauma.com.
Okay, right on. That's very cool.
Yeah, yes. I have another second film. It's not a horror related. It's around a romantic film I write and my other friend and my director. It's called June. It's a romantic film that I did write. I had to take a break with the horror genre for a little while, so I want to try something different.
Sure.
All right, let me go find that DVD I was talking about.
Sure. So yeah, Wes, man, it's been interesting. Go ahead, Wes. I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
No, I had no idea he was a writer director. Man. It's so cool.
Yeah, he was actually our earliest guest we've ever had on the Friendly Minute, and just been friends ever since.
That's cool, man. That's cool. It's the best way.
I found it.
Totally.
This is the slasher film I was talking about. That's
Killer
the one.
Party.
That's the one I was talking about, Wes.
Oh yeah.
That's the one.
Is that an MGM release?
Yeah, it is from the MGM movies. When I found this DVD, when I was finding the DVD 10 years ago at Kid Video stores, it says a Warner Brothers collection. I said, this is original Warner Brothers. I mean, wow. Wow. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter because I really want to get this before it'll be out of print again, before Kim Videos went out of business.
Sure. Now, Dwayne.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Yeah. So now I finally got this, and I've been waiting for this for a very, very long time, since back in the mid 80s, when my mom or my uncle rent a VHS tape called Killer Party.
Hold on one second.
This has got to be. It was one of the most underrated and one of the most craziest slasher films I ever seen, and I love it.
Now, Dwayne, I want to ask, when Wes comes back, he's busy talking, but there's that movie you recommended that scared you as a kid of a monster in the 80s. Do you remember the name of that movie? You sent me the link on YouTube. I need to watch that movie.
The Kindreds.
The Kindred.
That's right.
Yeah. They just released that on Synapse, I think, like Steelbook version, 4K. The Kindred's a good movie.
I've never seen that, but Dwayne says that movie scared him when he was a kid.
Yeah, no joke for real. My parents used to rent that at mom and pop stores. I remember that scene. I haven't seen this for like over the 3 decades. until I discovered, until I found it on YouTube. I said, I've never seen this movie before, but I found something. I found something that it did remember. I remember. I see this when I was a kid, and I remember that one. So I did see this movie a long time ago. I forgot the name of the movie, but now I found it. It was The Kendricks.
Huh. Okay, so Jonas asked, "What's it about?" Jonas is eating, but Dwayne, can you tell Jonas what's the Kindred about?
Let's see, because I
Or
don't.
Wes? I mean, Wes watched it.
Wow.
Let's see. Oh my god. It's
Let me
about.
read.
Okay, it's about. I don't
Dwayne,
know.
He has the DVD. He's got the DVD. We'll just wait for Wes to read
Oh,
it.
wait a minute. You got the DVD of the Kendricks?
Well, I've got
He has it.
the Synapse release of The Kindred.
Oh yeah, the art cover. That's the one. That is the one. I love the art cover. The art cover is wicked.
Can
Right?
you show us the inside? What is it? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, this is badass.
Yeah. There he is. That's it. That is the one.
Yeah, I just got it at the flashback weekend show. Whoa, something's falling out of there.
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie responds that I went to see Kindred when it came out. Very underrated 80s horror. People turning into the fish. Oh yeah, it was a woman. She mutated into a fish and then she died.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need to watch that movie. Well, thanks for the spoilers, Wayne. I don't need to watch it anymore.
Ah.
It says here, Kim Hunter.
If you never saw it, you gotta see it for yourself. It
Right.
is one of the most underrated.
Dwayne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wes is going to read the story. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Okay, go ahead.
It says Kim Hunter is Dr. Amanda Hollins, a molecular scientist who calls on her son, John David Allen Brooks, to eliminate all evidence of her genetic experiments, most specifically her Anthony journals. Dr. Philip Lloyd Steiger, an acquaintance of Hollins who is familiar with her experiments, wants to continue her studies no matter the cost. John heads to his isolated childhood home with a group of friends to uncover his mother's research and destroy it all. There's something else in the house, however, something watching and waiting, a tentacled creature born from the desire to alter human evolution. It's evil, it's mad, it's ready to kill.
That sounds awesome right there. And Dwayne, you rented that movie when you were a kid?
My parents used to rent that movie. I remember that scene. That scene scared the creeps out of me, and I love it. It's one of the most underrated classic '80s monster horror film. I remember when I was a kid. And that movie I haven't forgot. Forgot about this memory for a very long time, and until decades later, I totally discovered and I found it on YouTube for the very first time.
That's cool.
No.
Yeah. It was my childhood, and his childhood to me will never go away forever. And that was the most underrated monster horror films in history.
Now, Wes, is that a Blu-ray or a 4K edition?
I believe it's got both the Blu-ray and the 4K. It's a steelbook, and I got it at Flashback Weekend from the Synapse Films. Let's see, I believe it is UHD.
Dwayne, you have a Blu-ray player, don't you, Dwayne?
Yes, I do. I have a Blu-ray player in the kitchen. Yeah. Yes.
So would you buy that Kindred special edition on DVD?
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! If I could find somewhere, maybe Forbidden Planet, maybe. But I'm gonna talk to my very good friend of mine who works at a place in Manhattan. He's the one who bring all the DVDs and Blu-ray horror stuff in the Forbidden Planet comic book store. So he's the only person he knows about those things.
Gotcha. Now, Wes, that's a 4K. Go ahead, Wes.
No, I was wrong. It's Blu-ray and DVD, but still pretty awesome. I don't know if it's still available on Synapse or not, but check out Diabolic DVD or diabolic.com. They usually have stuff on sale there if it's not out of print.
Now, all right. So Macabro says, Dwayne and Wes, have any of you seen The Boneyard? It's about these killer zombie demon kids that are hunting people in a mortuary. There's a monster poodle on the cover.
Negative. I never seen this before. It is way back in the 80s.
Sounds
Yeah,
cool.
Wait,
it sounds awesome.
remakes. I never.
No. I think he's asking about the Kindred. Is there a remake of that?
Okay.
This
Okay.
has nothing to do with Macabro's.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so
question.
John's question that there's a 2021 remake of the Kindred.
He's asking. I think there was a movie called The Kindred that came out later recently, but it's not connected to that. I don't think so.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I think that's what he's asking about. Yeah, well, that's a cool one. All right, so no, I have never seen The Boneyard. Wes?
Yeah, me too.
No, I haven't either. Was that an 80s movie?
Macabro? Is that an 80s movie? We would like to know. It could be on Tubi. It sounds like a movie that's on Tubi.
Yeah, it should.
Could be.
Yeah. Now, you know what movie I like that gets a lot of crap, Wes and Dwayne, is Slaughterhouse, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Buddy Bacon, right? Isn't that name Buddy Bacon? Something Bacon.
I don't know. I don't own a copy of that one. I'm familiar with the name, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. You know the cover, right? That's a badass cover with Buddy holding like the knife. It's like a Texas chainsaw, but in like a in a slaughterhouse. I think it came out in the early 90s, but it still has an 80s feel to it. Dwayne, your thoughts? Do you want to watch this movie?
Okay, his question. Okay, let me check his question. I figure it came out in the early 90s, but it's still has the 80s feeling. That's a good question. That's a good question. It does have the 80s feeling. Some other movies that I know in the 90s. Let's see some smaller films that I know, but there were some of them. There's some of them not because back in the mid 90s, but
no, Dwayne, he's talking about The Boneyard. That was made in the 90s, but had
I never saw it. I never saw that. I never saw that movie before. I never heard.
Yeah. Sounds badass.
Maybe I'll look him up.
It sounds
sure. Yeah. No, Wes. I think we mentioned this. The Boneyard is from 1991. Norman Fell and Phyllis Diller are in it.
Oh, the dude from Three's Company, Norman Feller, Mr. Roper or whatever.
Three's Company. It's on Tubi, Dwayne. It's on Tubi.
It's on Tubi. Okay.
They said it's on Tubi.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everything's on Tubi and Slaughterhouse too.
I've never heard of that. I'm going to check that out.
Which one? The
Boneyard.
Boneyard?
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a look, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Dwayne, did you find it? Did you research it?
No. I'm checking something on Instagram. Not the movie right now. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Maybe later on another day.
Tubi used to work for me in Turkey, man, but then they updated the software and now it doesn't work here anymore.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. I was watching so much Tubi in Turkey, and because living in Turkey too, there was no commercials, man, because they didn't know what to promote.
I know. I hate commercials.
Yeah, I agree. But Boneyard sounds badass, though. Yeah, I agree. I think Boneyard sounds badass. Now, Dwayne, what about you? Best era of horror? 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, or 30s?
The 80s. The 80s.
All right.
Was my best era, and I still watch horror movies from the 80s.
Good answer. Wes, what about you? Best decade of horror?
Well, I love the 80s myself. It's kind of like the last breath of practical effects, like where they were really coming out with the best, and they were outdoing themselves with every movie, and there were so many of them, and it's kind of like the last great era for practical effects before CGI came into play. But I love the 80s myself personally over all of them, but that's just me.
No, I agree. You know what I love to do is I love watching on YouTube Cisco and Ebert reviews of these old classic 80s movies and just hearing Ebert. He hated most of them, man. And little did he know that they would turn into cult classics that are beloved films.
Right.
You know, like Ebert hated The Thing. He was like, this is just a really disgusting movie. And Cisco and him would go into it like, well, I thought it was interesting. And it's sad when you hear about how The Thing bombed back when it originally was released. You know what I mean? And then people worship those movies now, like the test of time.
Yep. It seems like they didn't really know, like when it came down to it, they didn't know what they were, they were reviewing these movies badly and they'd end up being, classics overall. I mean, you can't always trust critics say,
I agree, but I always. Now, Wes, there is an old 90s movie directed by the guy who did The Exorcist about like a possessed tree that wants to kill a woman.
The Guardian, right?
Yeah. I need to see this movie. Ebert and Cisco Annie was one of their worst movies of 1990. But I always want to see this movie. Is it worth it?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but it isn't too bad. I mean, it's not The Exorcist, but it's got some tension. It's scary. I saw it when it came out on video, so it's a while.
Yeah, because I watched the review with Cisco and Ebert, and they're like, this woman is like a guardian of like the child, where like the tree comes, and you're like, wow, this sounds incredible, man.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, like I was saying, it's been a while since I've seen it, but it wasn't a bad film. It takes a little while to get started, like slow paced beginning, but ultimately it's a pretty good film, from what I recall.
All right.
So it was Freakin'.
Yeah, it was a William Freakin' movie. Yeah,
I really like his stuff. I especially like The Exorcist 3. I'm pretty sure he directed that too, or was it?
No. It was the guy who directed The Exorcist did The Guardian, but William Freakin' wrote it. And here's Ann. Who directed The Guardian? 1990, The Guardian, The Exorcist director.
Oh.
William Freakin' wrote the book. Hold on, wait a minute. William Freakin' wrote the book, but it was directed by Blatty.
Yeah.
But what's his first name? Robert Blatty or something? Go ahead, Wes.
William Peter Blatty?
William Peter Blatty, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it is. No. So, yeah. Hey, Ann, look who's back. It's Wes
Awesome.
from the dead.
What's up, man?
So, Patrick, all right. So, Patrick. Well, Wes, go ahead, Wes.
I was just saying, Ant killed it the other day on that 80s quiz.
I know, man. I was guessing it. I guessed like 80% of what I said, but I was telling Echo, I was like, if we did it to where if you got a wrong answer, you got a point deducted, I wouldn't have won. I wouldn't have won because I was guessing and yeah.
Pretty good guesses.
Yeah. I try.
Hey, and look who's back too. It's Dwayne Mendes Steeler.
Hey, Dwayne.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, buddy?
Still rocking. Still busy working on my painting. I mean, not painting, drawing. Drawing.
Yeah. Hey, can you show? Hey, Dwayne, we have more people in the chat watching us. Can you show one more piece for the new viewers who just came in?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one on the drawing of Vampirella.
Oh, okay.
Vampirella.
Hell yeah.
Now, Dwayne, can you draw a erotic photo of Ant? Could you? Yeah, Anthony, my friend, can you draw an erotic photo of him like doing this, like holding like a slushie from 7-Eleven or anything?
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Well, I like to, but it's not on my request.
Good enough.
Thank you.
Good enough, Dwayne. Good enough. Dwayne, did you ever see 1990's The Guardian, directed by William Peter Blatty?
The Guardian? No, I never saw it.
Me neither, but I want to. Wes recommends it. So, Ant, hey, Wes, can you explain Anthony the Vomit Gore trilogy to Ant? He just popped on. So
Explain. You've never heard of it, Ed?
What is it?
The vomit gore movies by Lucifer Valentine.
It sounds familiar.
Well, I think it started in like 2003 or 2004. This guy has this fetish for girls vomiting, I guess, and he made a series of movies about it. It's like his sexual fantasy or something, and
Huh.
he's
No, I know I haven't seen him, but it sounds familiar.
yeah.
Did he? I bet he was the brains behind Two Girls, One Cup, right? So
Yeah.
I bet it was probably someone was like, "Oh, that guy can do vomiting. I can up him. I
Yeah.
will do more gross things in 4 minutes."
He's apparently no one knows who he is. He's kind of like anonymous or something, and he's recently kind of been canceled somehow. I mean, no one's seen his face, but he got into trouble. I guess he wasn't doing right.
Makes
But-
sense, Wes.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Can you imagine? Hey guys, we have Luciferian, the vomit lover. Everyone, please welcome the vomit lover. And there's like one guy in the audience. He's like, "I got the same feeling, man. I know exactly how you feel. I also have an erotic feeling for vomiting." So, and Dwayne told us about this movie he watched called Worm Eaters, and Dwayne says it is the most disgusting movie he has ever seen.
Don't speak that it'll lose my lunch. No joke. Hated that movie.
Yeah. Now, Dwayne, here's a question to you, Dwayne. If you had any budget, any story you could make, what movie would you like to make? As a film director, because you are a director. And isn't I think Wes is. Yeah. Wes is a writer, so
Yeah, I want to make I want to make something very low budget, something like bring the monsters on the loose. Like I want to direct, and I want to make a crazy, extreme mayhem monster movies. Mutant, something like mutated monster movies. It's like a mechanical outbreak.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like a mechanical outbreak, more like a toxic mechanicals outbreak that turn humans into muscular insane monster hawk creatures, killing humans or rape female humans. I want to make it more totally extreme. Something really,
Gotcha.
something really extreme.
That's
All right. Now, Dwayne, second question. If you could direct Anthony in a movie, what character would you give Anthony?
All right, let me
See,
think.
Wes. Oh, wait, you think about it. Let me explain to Wes something. Wes, when we interviewed Dwayne, we had Mark, me, and Dwayne gave us scenarios of what he would direct us in. And he said like he wanted my co-host Mark to be like what was it, Anthony? Like making out with girls or something.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And Mark would get killed. And then Mark gave us like his reenactment of him like killing a girl and throwing her head in like a fryer at McDonald's or something. Like, oh god, Dwayne's got an amazing imagination. So that's So that's why I always ask Dwayne this story. I always ask Dwayne this question: if he could direct one of my friends in a movie, what character would he give him, and what would be his purpose?
All right, if it's okay, if I give him a character, he could be if I was doing a monster film, he could be one of those let's see, I'm stable guy, like is it in the show,
Sounds about right.
It's Anthony's life right now.
We're not making a biography.
No, not making him a biography. Well, make him like a crazy no, maybe a villain.
Drifter?
Yeah, not a drifter. Something like a crazy homeless guy, something like that.
Yeah. Hey, Dwayne. Professor Macabro asked, "Does Dwayne Steeler have a YouTube channel or an Instagram account that he could follow you?"
Yes, I do. I do have an Instagram and a YouTube channel. My Instagram page name is Dwayne Steeler, and my YouTube channel is Dwayne Steeler, aka Steel the Whiplash Maniac. That's my second YouTube channel. Um, I used to have my first channel, but one of my first channel was disabled. I did create my second account like 13 years ago. It was something if something happened. That my current account is my backup. YouTube channel.
Sure. He's actually really easy to find. Just look on Dwayne Steeler. You'll find me and Anthony follow him. So really easy to find.
If you find me, I'll definitely accept it. Okay. Wes, that's your Instagram account?
Yes, sir. I just found it on Instagram.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out right now. Okay, yes, I follow you right now. I'm just making sure because okay, now I got 2,001 followers.
Nice.
Yeah, Wes is the one.
It's a regular Space Odyssey.
And I got like 7,501 following.
Nice.
Oh, damn! Now, did Professor Macabro started to follow you, Dwayne?
Let me go.
Yeah. So, Wes, in our second interview, my friend wrote a theme song for Dwayne, and it's pretty catchy, man. Andy, do you remember the
I don't remember Dwayne's. No, I don't remember Dwayne's song.
Yeah, Dwayne Steeler.
Yeah, you know, someone created that song. That was really awesome.
Okay, so now you guys are gonna hate me for this, but I'm not a 13-year-old girl, but I posted that video on YouTube of me headbanging to Dwayne Steeler's song, right? My little girl student, she's 11 years old. Watch the My Dwayne Steeler dancing video, and she does it for me every time we have a lesson. She's a 10-year-old Turkish girl. She doesn't even know good English, but she goes, and she does all my moves and shit. I'm just like, oh my god.
Milo walks around singing mashed potatoes.
Yeah, hey, Dwayne.
9-year-old kid sings mashed potatoes and the Ant Reviews thing song.
Mr. Dan of Horror started to follow you. Yeah, they said John Coscarelli follows Dwayne Steeler. Wow.
Okay, hold on. Okay, what's his name again? Because I think I did. Let me go check.
Dwayne, just accept everyone now that's been following you. It's all, everyone that's in the chat. You don't have to go look. Just accept. Okay. You know. Yeah. So, Ant, how you doing?
Oh,
go ahead.
Professor, yes, Professor is following me now. Yes. Now I follow him. Thank you, Professor.
Go ahead, Wes. I'm so sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's cool that Don Coscarelli follows you, man. Phantasm, and he's a great director.
Bubba Hotep.
Yes.
Bubba Hotep, yeah.
Yeah. I got a chance to drive Don Coscarelli to his hotel room when he showed John Dies at the End in Chicago. And like we actually with Mark, and Mark's car is really dirty. So I made Mark drive his car up, and I'm like, dude, you better clean the fucking shit out of that car right now, man. We're gonna take Don Coscarelli home. So Mark's outside this movie theater just stuffing this garbage can with just junk and trash. And Don's doing an interview right in front of us, and I'm watching Mark cleaning his car. And I'm like, all right, continue in my brain, I'm like, all right, just a little longer. Just Keep talking to him. Keep talking to Don. Keep talking to Don. Because Don asked me, he's like, hey, can I get that ride? I'm like, yeah, man, no problem. Mark, you better clean the fucking shit out of that goddamn car. Like, so like Mark is outside just stuffing this trash can with like Coca-Cola bottles and everything. It was, yeah, John dies at the end is actually pretty cool, man. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So, yeah. So, hey, Ann, how do you feel seeing Wes again? It's been a few days, He's been MIA.
I like Wes. Yeah.
Who doesn't like Wes? I fucking love Wes.
You're cool, man. You guys are cool. I didn't realize I was gone for that long, man. I guess.
Dude, with Echo streams always end 5 hours, man. 5 hours, 10 hours. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I don't know how that guy does it, dude. Like, dude, it's almost 11 o'clock, man. Like, I'm going to kill this stream within probably 15 minutes. I'm not going to stay up. Can't do it.
He's a streamer. Echo. I don't know how he does it every day, every night. It's like, whew.
Wow. I know. Even Dwayne Steeler does. Dwayne is one of those guys too. Dwayne, how many followers do you have now on Instagram? 2002.
Yeah. Currently, right now.
2002, man. He's got more than the friendly man. Yeah. Here's a great story. Dwayne hates Hollywood. Dwayne is anti-Hollywood.
For real. For real, I just know it. I just do not care less.
Yeah. So, Ant, how many followers do you have on Instagram, Ant?
I don't know.
Not as much as Dwayne. Why would you even look?
Oh, I know not as much as Dwayne. I don't know because I just got on Instagram, or I've been on Instagram for a while, but I just started like actually learning how it works and all that in the last couple of months. Let's see.
Sure. So, hey, Dwayne, are you going to...
I have 152 followers.
Ha, dude, Dwayne sleeps on 152 followers.
Yeah.
Dwayne Steeler got 152 followers in the first day of joining Instagram. Everybody loves Dwayne. So,
not everybody, everyone, not everybody. Because I'm nobody's friend. Only my best friends I trust. I am nobody's friend. That's not my style. I don't do that. But earn. You have to respect. That's you have to earn. Yeah, you have to earn 100%. But
absolutely.
Because during the past since last year, I have a major fallouts with some of them who used to be my friends and respect my peers. Then suddenly they act like a bunch of junior high school little girls and trying to punch me for no reason. That's something I didn't do, or trying to violate my personal business is not very polite. It's not very cool. That's very cool. That's not a way you don't treat your friends like that, and that's totally unacceptable and this disgrace.
Sure.
And I don't need those type of people. If they want
Amen.
They want to be that way, then don't be my friend anymore. I want nothing to do with them.
There you go.
Right. One is being one even become a sociopathic. I'm not. One is being a sociopathic. One of my friends told me about it. Has complaints, and want to act like a bully, like a punk. And I don't deal with I don't deal with that. And I don't deal with that. And on Instagram, it's not. It's
not a place to do it.
No. It's being intoxicated on social media.
Absolutely.
I know it still hurt. It still hurt inside me, and despise.
Yeah.
But not only, but once he went too far, and then secondly he crossed the line.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Dwayne, you can only move forward now, man, and all you got to do is make new friends here. Now you got our friend Wes, and you got Ant that you're going to direct in a your grizzly movie being attacked by 4 grizzly bears, you know? So, yeah. I mean, yeah. So, Dwayne, just move forward, buddy. The future is yours, my man.
I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward and doing my thing. I'm moving forward with my
Yeah,
reviews. I love to do best. And
absolutely.
don't get involved with intoxicated negative humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're jealous. You know they're
I
jealous.
know.
Yeah, they're jealous because they do not have a they do not have the heart, the magic, and respect. They don't know what they want.
That's exactly how I feel about my friend Anthony from Ant Reviewing. He's always jealous of me, and pretty much I'm just kidding. Hi, Ant. So yeah, exactly. Dwayne, you can only move forward. You're a talented dude, and now you have Wes, who owns the Kindred on DVD, as your friend now. So
yes,
you got a new friend.
Yeah, he got a lot of. You see, he got a lot of bunch of stuff more than I do. But you know, I know.
I know.
I don't want to compete anybody. I got some thousand stuff, but blah blah. No. That's being childish. Okay? That's being childish, and that's being a total spoiled brat. We don't need that.
Absolutely.
Stuff. We don't need that BS stuff.
Dude,
you know,
and if I was at
just for yourself, whatever you have. Well, whatever you have, you just enjoy watching whatever you want. That's it. Just don't be be like this, but do not be someone else. Cause I know a lot of bad people will tell all the lies about you and gossip tell lies because they're full of gaga. They're a bunch of nonsense. You don't need this. You don't need this type of people like that. I got rid of them. I got rid of them because their behavior was unexcusable. You don't need that stuff anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but see, now let me tell you this though, and if we were at Wes's house, I'd be just in that room for hours.
Same here. That's what I do when I go to Barron's house. Like I just spend like an hour in his basement, just looking at all his stuff.
I know.
I love shit like that.
Wes. No, Dwayne and I spoke about this before in the past, but. Wes, have you ever met anyone famous or any popular actor or director that you didn't have a good meeting with them, or they kind of rubbed you the wrong way?
Not really. I mean, I didn't get to know them all that well, to be honest with you. But I got a feeling that Heather Langenkamp really didn't like me in real life when I went to meet her at the recent what was it? Flashback weekend. I got the feeling she didn't want to take a picture with me, but it was a long day. It could have just been she was tired. I like her. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
I agree. I understand. I like Heather Langenkamp. She's a great actress. I totally respect that. Sometimes that if they have a personal problem, but you don't have to take their narrative to your fans like that, because that's not very cool. It's not very polite to the fans. I've been in that situation before a long time ago, and because to me, I will never meet one of those actors ever again. So what happened is I tear out the autograph. I throw the DVD out. Never again. There's some actor I know, but the character is not the characters. I love the characters. I respect the characters, and especially their peers as an actor. But the personalities that you're judging someone you don't even know about the nationality. That's not very polite. That's not very nice. No. That's not very polite. That's totally on cool because you do not know me. Doesn't work that way. I came here as a fan and supported your peers.
See, now it's funny. Yeah, Dwayne, sorry to cut you out, but it's funny that you say that because I met Linda Blair 3 times, and every time she was a really sweet lady, but I've met people who met Linda Blair and had a horrible experience with her. They're like, oh, she's the biggest bitch in the world. I can't stand that bitch. And I'm like, she was friendly to me because we just talked about dogs. You know what I mean? Like, because she has a dog rescue. So I'm like, hey, Linda, my friend has a pit bull. Oh yeah, she wouldn't stop talking about her rescuing dogs. I'm like, cool. Next friend, fuck that girl. She's a dumb slut. She wanted me to give her $10 to her organization. Like, she's helping rescuing dogs.
I know she's an animal lover. I know she's an animal
She
lover.
is.
Yeah, and I know she's a great actress. I respect her peers, but her personality, that's something I don't trust. That's something I don't trust her personality.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm gonna reveal. I'm gonna reveal someone that
Do it.
I will never met. I will never meet him again.
Vince McMahon.
No, not the devil, not the devil himself, not Vince Jr., not Vince Jr. I'm gonna tell you who's the master. Who's the master? No one. Well, I mean, who's the master? Show none. He's the real master. And I'll
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Tama, whatever his name. Well.
Tom Holland?
No. The actor from The Last Dragon.
Oh, you mean the Last Dragon? The guy, Anthony. See, Wes, this is our '80s winner right here.
Only thing I know of Last Dragon, that's with Boss Shown Up, right?
Time-out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know any of the actors' names in that one.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Did you meet? So what are you going to reveal about Time-out?
I don't want to. I really don't. I really don't want to. If everyone's a fan of Time-out, that's the thing. But I don't never want to meet him again. I don't think he's a cool guy. I don't think he's a cool guy.
All right.
Ever.
Enough said. And what about you? What are some of the
something? Something. Something. I don't think he's the master. I think Shona was the real master. The villain.
Showing up. I like him better.
Shona
That's
is the
what
real master. I'm gonna say Shona is the real master. To him's concerned, but okay, I love his peers. I don't want to take away his peers, his martial arts actor. He's a great martial art. He's a great actor. I respect his peers. His peers had nothing to do with this, but his personality. His personality, I dislike it. I did not like his personality at all. The way he treated.
Sure.
Let me tell you something. If you treat someone who is overweight or something like that, I don't dig that. That's not cool. That's not a way you treat people like that. You treat your fans with 100% total respect. It doesn't matter if the fan is in a wheelchair or something like that. The fan is a fan of your peers and your personality. You're supposed to be a cool guy, 100%. But I don't think he's 100%. So I bring the truth. The truth. But tell you right now, I'm moving on. I'm gonna move on and do my thing. Moving on. I do not want to meet him anymore. So guess what?
Hey, Dwayne, Jamie Hart is here. Jamie Hart.
Yes. Hello, Jamie Hart. How you doing? It's 4 o'clock. I'm sorry, guys, but I think it's time. I'm about to sign off and get some lunch. I'm getting a little hungry now.
All right, Steeler, take care of yourself. Good talking to you.
One last thing, and everyone who's in the chat, thank you everyone for an amazing question or stupid question about what's your favorite horror film. I say, oh shit, that's a stupid question I ever heard. That is really a lot of real love. But
everyone asks good questions. Yeah.
Dwayne. It is. So yes, it's gonna be on YouTube.
I'll save it. I'll save it on YouTube. Yeah.
I'll definitely watch it. I'll definitely watch it. So thank you, Shona. You know something. He was the real master. If he was alive, I would love to meet him, but unfortunately, it's very sad he's no longer with us. God rest his soul. But he will always be the great actor of all time. I'm gonna say, Shona, was, and I'm gonna say he will always ever will be the real master. And Bruce Lee, he was the original Last Dragon. He was the real master. He
Yeah,
was.
well,
God rest his soul. These two, rest in peace.
absolutely.
Yep. Jamie Hart, it's very nice to meet you, but it's very sad. It's very sad that I gotta sign off and get some breath. So we'll do it again. Well, and James, we'll do it again next time in the future.
Yeah, yeah.
If we do another event, another live, I'll let you know if I'm on standby. If I'm busy, then I won't be able to. I won't be able to.
Dwayne, here's a question for you. Dwayne, I have a question for you. Now, Wes does a horror movie YouTube channel with his buddies. Would you ever join them? Hop on one of Wes's shows?
Yeah. If it happens, I would love to. Give me the time and then and the date and the schedule. If I'm available. Sometimes I'm not home. Sometimes I'm busy working on it. I want to finish up the painting. That's the thing. I will keep you posted as soon as possible. So yeah, keep me posted on Instagram as soon as possible.
Instagram.
All right, Dwayne. Yeah, go ahead, Wes. Go ahead.
Nice to meet you, Dwayne. I'll hit you up on Instagram, man.
Yeah, of course. Send me any messages if it's a horror related. I'll definitely check it out.
Cool. Very cool.
Yes, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Take care, Dwayne Steeler.
Yes,
Rock on, buddy.
Steeler! All right, thank you guys. Take care.
Take care, man.
Rock on.
So, rock on, Dwayne. Hey, Ann, can you tell us your Doyle story when you went to the Doyle show and they fucked you over?
Oh yeah, well, me and Doyle have gotten into it a couple of times, but the one time the first time I ever saw Doyle in his band. Well, the first time I ever met Doyle was with the Misfits. And I got, actually, I think I have the pictures right here somewhere. I was showing somebody the other night. And I had a concussion when I met him. And I don't remember it except for these pictures. And I asked Jerry Only to wear his vest with all the spikes on it. And Doyle's sitting right there laughing. And Doyle was like, kid, that's the first time I've laughed in like 2 days. I'm like, oh, that's sad. And then he disappointed our friend Barrett. He's the one who got me into the Misfits. He's a bodybuilder and stuff. And he asked Doyle about.
He was on the first John Christ interview.
Yeah. He's in the John Christ interview. Yeah, and he asked Doyle like his workout routine and all that. And Doyle's like, kid, I haven't worked out in like 2 months. And like Barrett was just disappointed. But then, the first time I saw him, when I saw Doyle play in St. Louis, they had the meet and greet, like $50 for the meet and greet. And I'm standing right to the side of the stage where they're walking onto the stage. And I'm a big fan of Alex Story, his singer from Cancer Slug. And I'm like, Alex, I'm reaching my hand over and I'm like, yeah, I'm part of Slug Cult. I love Cancer Slug, shook his hand. And Doyle looked at me like I took money out of his pocket for not paying the meet and greet thing, right? So I'm like, I got away with that. And then the next time I saw him, I paid for the meet and greet, $50. And I ended up hanging out with their bass player. I did a couple of shots with them at the bar. And then, the show ends, waiting there, and I went outside to have a cigarette, and then they wouldn't let me back in the building. And I had like my pass and everything. I'm like, I paid $50 for this, and the venue would not let me back in the venue. And I was pissed. And then the third time we saw him in Lisle, Illinois, Doyle was doing his meet and greet thing. He had like a line of people that paid $50, whatever. And we were getting ready to leave, and there's Alex Story just sitting there at the bar with he's got like a chihuahua. He's sitting there at the bar with his chihuahua, and we just went up to him and just started like talking to him and petting his dog and shit, and like didn't have to spend any money. Mm-hmm. Then we saw Cancer Slug over the summer, or was it in August? I think something like August or September, we saw Cancer Slug, and I was supposed to get branded because they have their logo, the C with the S. And they'll brand you with it. But I hit up the bass player, and she's like, we didn't bring the brand, but Alex will carve you, so bring some knives. So me and a couple of my friends got the logo carved onto I got mine on my shoulder, and so I got that.
Right.
And 10 years later, he'll probably hate that band. Alex Story will do something to disappoint Ant, and he's going to be like, God dang it, he's a conservative Christian again now.
He's a Proud Boy or something, yeah.
Like Michael Graves, man.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people? Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Think about all the kids back there. Graves is the best. Oh, man. Everyone should listen to Alex Jones. What?
Yeah.
So yeah, now Wes, you never had any crazy run-ins with these kinds of situations before?
Not really, man. I mean, one time I was walking out of a Chicago Tracks bathroom, and I did the kind of like I moved left, they moved right, with Twista, the rapper. He was there doing. That's the closest thing that I've ever come to a negative interaction with anyone, but he was cool about it, He had his whole entourage there. They could have just, beat the shit out of me and left me sitting there, but that's about it.
Let Twista go left, motherfucker. Let Twista go left, man. So, hey, Patrick says you are a celebrity. What do you say to that?
No way, man. Oh, God, no. Not even close, man. And it's not for me. It's not the way I like to do it, man.
He says you roll with an entourage. Is that true?
Who now?
And he said, now, Wes, I have a question here. Something behind you on the right hand side. It looks like a wig. Is that a wig of something?
Yeah, I was gonna do a
it's a wig.
At one point. I was gearing up to do a David Icke impression, and I just but I couldn't go through with it, and I just kept the wig. I was like, why not? So it's my David Icke wig, the closest thing I could come to a David Icke haircut. But yeah,
you know what?
My golden cranium from Box of Matter.
Oh man, you know what's funny? The Turkish girl that I interviewed is actually friends with him.
No kidding.
Yeah, they've done conventions together. What's up?
That dude gets around, I guess.
Well, she's in the same field as he is. You know what I mean? They do very similar things, and she's popular in Turkey.
Okay.
And he's popular in America. So, yeah, dude, this Turkish woman that I met here, she brought a guy who is part of a project called the Montauk Project. It's like based off of Stranger Things, going back in time and stuff. Dude, this was live on Turkish TV, right? And she was in the middle translating for him. The dude flew in from America to do this live interview on Istanbul news program.
Okay.
And he told the news reporter about the project, a secret project. And he said, I was part of this Montauk project back in the 80s or 70s. And I was sent back in time to kill Jesus Christ from the aliens.
What? Holy
That's exactly what she said. The video is the Montauk Project. That's right. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah. And so his name is Stuart Swerdlow. He wrote a book. So when I talked to Stuart Swerdlow,
channel and all.
Yeah, he's friends with my friend.
Wow.
And so when we interviewed her, she did this live interview, and he was so descriptive. He was like, and the interviewer, the interviewer asked him, like, did you see him on the cross? And he's like, yes, I did. Like, I saw him on the cross, and they wanted me to take his blood. And they're like, why? And he's like, so they can do the resurrection. The aliens can duplicate and prepare him for the resurrection. This was live on a news program in Turkey. They talked about this.
Holy crap.
I have to find that interview. Actually, I'll send it to you. I can find it for you.
I'm familiar with Stuart Swerdlow. I didn't know that he was. I didn't know that he said he was sent back in time to get the. That's insanity, man.
I know. And the thing is, he brought his wife on, but here's the funny thing: the guy was like, the interviewer asked some good questions. If this is a secret, why are you telling us? And he's like, did you? And of course, his answer was, did you read my book? You know what I mean?
Book bait, of course.
Yeah. Like, did you? It's a book selling thing. Yeah, the Montauk Project, correct? Yeah. So, but this woman is super cool, man, and I got a chance to interview her, and dude, she told us an amazing story that like she talked to aliens, that she like touched their skin, and she had to like close her eyes, and
Wow.
She could not look at them. Like the aliens demanded, like, I will meet with you through a friend of a friend, but you cannot look at us. And
Wow.
so, and she went to her friend's apartment in Istanbul, and she said it was just dead silent. Nothing. There was nothing. Like everything was normal. And then she said there was a window that was open, and then she heard a noise coming in through the kitchen, through the window. It just flew right in, and then they appeared. And then she's like, they're like, we will talk to you, but you cannot look at us, and you can ask your questions. And so she said, I was asking my questions, but I couldn't understand their words, their voices back at me. So she asked him telepathically her questions.
Wow.
It's on our YouTube channel. This interview is on our YouTube channel. She talks about it.
I'm gonna check that out, man. That sounds wild.
Yeah,
But
and her name is.
That, man. They only talk telepathically, or I don't know. It's probably a more efficient way to talk.
She said I couldn't understand their accents or their voices. I couldn't understand anything that they were saying. So she decided to speak to them telepathically. Yeah, dude, she wrote a bunch of books too, man. Her name is Farah Yerdozu. She's really cool, man. She's super cool. Yeah, she lived in America, and she was on Coast to Coast AM many years ago.
Okay, I'm familiar. I listened to the reruns of Coast to Coast.
She's on one of those, man. Just look her up. She tells some cool shit.
Nice, very
cool. Yeah. So yeah. Well, I'm glad you got a chance to hear Anthony's Doyle stories.
Yeah, very cool, man.
I have more stories of me pissing off celebrities than actually having a good interaction.
Tell us the best one. Oh,
Marky Ramone.
Oh,
were you there, James?
We met him together one of the time. Dude, do you remember the time a week after Dee Dee died? I found a picture of him with Dee Dee and Jerry only, and Marky looked at it and he looked. This was a dick move on my part, though. You shouldn't do this a week after your best friend died. Like, hey man, can you sign this? And he handed it right back at me and looked in my face. He's like, he was my best friend. He never spoke to me the rest of the whole thing, man. I knew I did something wrong, but it was a cool. I didn't bring it to be a jerk. I brought it because it was sentimental. Dee Dee's in our hearts, man. I love Dee Dee.
The first time I met Jerry only, I found his high school yearbook picture and I printed it out, and he's got these stupid rose glasses on, and he's got a fro and shit, and I had him sign it. And he took that with a grain of salt. He signed it looking good, and so I did that. But the first time we saw Marky Ramone, he was at my buddy's college. He was doing a spoken word thing, and he had a PowerPoint presentation. He's like, here's where we're on The Simpsons and all this. And afterwards there's a Q&A. And so I raised my hand, and my friend Barrett, who's much bigger, sitting next to me, and probably a bigger Ramones fan than I am. And I go, Mr. Ramone, I don't think it's true, but my friend Barrett here thinks you wear a wig. Is that true? And Marky Ramone was so pissed. And he did this. He grabs his wig and he goes, nah, kid, this is all Marky right here. And he just does this. And kind of moved his wig back and forth like that. And that was the end of it. And then we ended up getting to go meet him afterwards, in the backstage area. And we didn't bring up the wig again.
Holy crap. It takes some balls to do that, man.
I know. I threw my friend under the bus in the process.
I did make Eddie Furlong angry.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I did. Indianapolis Horror Hound 2011. He was there with Linda Hamilton and some of the Terminator 2 cast. Of course, the not super important ones, but he was there. But I was stoked to meet him. And I know back in the early 90s, he released a pop album called Hold On Tight. And he despises it because when the rise of his career, the producers were like, whoa, man, you got to do what every young kid does. You got to make an album, So he made this album, and I was looking through the liner credits. It's on YouTube. The whole album's on YouTube. It's hilarious. But I read in the liner credits, he had a guy named Frankie Banali play drums for him, and that's the drummer of Quiet Riot. So I'm like, well, I got to get to the bottom of this, man. Like, I want to know, did you jam with Frankie Banali on your 90s cheesy pop album? So I walked up to his table. I shook his hand, just like American History X, Terminator 2, Detroit Rock City. I just look at him and I go, hey, man, do you have any Hold On Tight stuff? And he just goes, no, bro. No, man. And I go, hey, man, I have a question for you. Did Frankie Banali play on your album? And he goes, I don't remember, man. He's just clearly pissed. And then he says to me, are you going to buy anything? He's like, are you going to buy anything? And I'm like, no. He's like, he just kind of was like, bro, he was cool in the beginning. And then he's just like, what I only wanted to talk about, Hold On Tight.
Right, hey, gentlemen, I gotta go. I gotta go get the kids from the bus.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going too. Les, good to see you. Glad you're alive and healthy.
You guys have a great night.
You too.
Goodbye, Adventures of Traveling Mike. Okay.
Good evening.